Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today in this video I'm going to be giving away two of these Astero skins. These are exclusive to the partnership program via CCP, and again at the moment they are selling at a very good premium due to this fact that there are not many around. Now as you can see here, we've got one for just under 4 billion and at the moment there are buy orders for 1 billion. Now the very first one sold, that was put on the market at 2 billion, that sold, and these other ones were sold to buy orders. So again, rather exclusive at the moment, and I don't believe that will change anytime soon, so stay tuned. So we are in Amtar space for this, and again the giant secure container will be at a planet and at a moon. I'm not going to tell you which. Have fun looking for that. I'm going to set the name to 5th giveaway, nice and easy to find, and it will be passworded. The password will be one of the, oh dear, what's going on here? One of the Santa's reindeers. So that should give you 12 attempts, I guess. So yeah, one of Santa's reindeers is the password. And there we go. Let's make sure I put a skin in this time, because this is the second time I did this, because the first time I forgot to put a skin in, which is why I only have one giant secure container, so I'm going to have to go get another one of them, which is a bit of a pain. So the Winter Nexus, obviously my last video was on Winter Nexus and how I was making a roughly 350 million ISK an hour. Now I didn't take a great deal of flack for this, and again I still stand by the fact that that is accurate to what I was making at the time of recording. I did 6 to 7 hours and I did 1 hour after that, and the cargo that I had, according to the estimated amount at the bottom, was 500 million, but obviously that was taking skins into account. Now obviously when I made the video I didn't take skins into account in regards to the amount that I estimated that I'd made per hour, but I did get very lucky with 2 nightmare BPCs, and after the first day, so I did about 2 or 3 hours on the first day and did about 4 hours after that, and I never got an additional nightmare BPC. Now I don't know whether CCP toned down the drops at all. Some people have been saying that they've been getting a lot less than what we were getting initially. Now obviously some of that will account for skin prices dropping through the floor, but again when I took the valuation into account I didn't take skins, as I said at the time, but obviously skins were very volatile and therefore I didn't think it was right to include the skins. But again I got a good number of decent implants. I got the nightmare BPCs, I got the faction stuff, I got the boosters, the data cryptors and the overseers effects, and again I still think the 350 million ISK that I put down at the time was under egging it. I believe it was more than that, but I didn't want the title of the video to sound too clickbaity, but you know I didn't want to say I'm making 500 mil an hour and not really be able to back that up enough that I was happy to give that amount. So I think 350 million ISK was a very reasonable amount, and if I was to take everything into account, selling the skins, well apparently what they were going for, it would have been more in the lines of 700 to 800 million, but again that wasn't realistic, which is why I didn't put that down. So some of the area that I took a little bit of flack for was the fact that there was nobody in the system that I was doing it in, and obviously I got in relatively early. I wasn't a first adopter to doing the sites, but again I was in day 2 or 3, and on the times that I logged in some of the sites or areas were incredibly quiet, and there were others which had 20, 30, 40 people in. They were faction warfare sites or areas. So yeah, you did see me doing it with just 1 to 3, 4 people in, but that wasn't the norm. And I generally posted that video due to the fact that on that video specifically I'd taken a bit more time to do the scanning, because I was going to do again the video that I did on it. So a lot of people have said, oh well, you know, I haven't been able to find, you know, you were lucky, or you know, I haven't been able to do it because there's been too many people in. And again, well, that's not correct. Again, I was doing it with lots of people, and again lots of people scanning, etc. So yeah, it wasn't necessarily luck. Again, that was possibly the only system that I'd had on my own. And again, this is often the case that if you are late to the party, you will get the leftovers that nobody else necessarily wants, or the fact that, you know, it's that saturated now that every man and his dog's trying to do it, because the ISK was very, very good, and the potential to make very, very good income was there, and it was relatively easy. It was straightforward. Bit of scanning. Most people have, you know, scanning skills. You could do it in a cheap ship. There wasn't a lot of risk involved, and therefore, you know, it was pretty much open to everybody. And yeah, initially, to say, I wasn't 100% on board with these sites, but after doing them, I actually had a really good time. I enjoyed the time that I spent doing it, and again, yeah, you know, props to CCP for bringing us a fun event. Now, obviously, in regards to the items that have been dropping, the True Sancha, etc., there have been a good number of faction items that have dropped, so that is tanking the market in some areas quite substantially, as well as the data cryptors. They have been dropping due to the fact that obviously they're dropping in mass, and a lot more people are doing them at the moment, whereas obviously normally you've only got the nullsec or lowsec, highsec explorers, so there's a bigger influx at the moment of these items, so that is tanking the system quite considerably. And we are in the Minmatar Republic now. Now, thankfully, I'm on this alt, so they don't hate me. So, yeah, now isn't a bad time if you've got a little bit of this to be stocking up on some of the items that have been tanking. So, say the True Sancha faction items and the data cryptors aren't a bad investment for the time being, due to the fact that obviously they have dropped due to the influx, but they will go back up over time, obviously due to their scarcity or rarity. So, same again with this container. Let's get it launched and anchoring. We'll call it, we're going to call it Christmas giveaway number 5, and we are going to call it one of the reindeer's names. So, and there we go. So that is 2 of the skins, potentially worth 8 billion ISK. It does seem a little bit of irony that I don't really do skins, and I never saw the potential in buying skins, and yet they are the 2 biggest giveaways technically I've done on my channel so far, so there is a bit of irony there for you. And it does hurt me with every fibre not selling these on the market myself, I must admit. Again, potentially I've got 40, 50, 60 billion ISK skins at the moment, and yeah, being a true capitalist, I think, is the way to put it in game. That, you know, obviously I'm giving these away, and you know, it goes against everything that I stride for in game, I guess. So, you know, yeah, it's been a funny old year. And here we are, just to give you a few examples of data cryptors. Now, not all of them are tanking quite as hard as this, but you can see the sheer volume here over the last few days. People buying them up at just above 800,000 ISK, and they were selling in the region of 1.1 million. And again, it's not the same for every single one. Not all of them have tanked quite as hard as that one, but there are significant downturns in a good number of them. So, as I said, now might be a good time to stock up on some of these, especially if you use them on a daily basis for invention, etc. And that also goes for some of the modules. So as you can see here, again, the True Sancha Warp Disruptor has been dropping quite considerably, and the Scrambler as well, with many people buying them up. Generally for the exact same reason that obviously these are hard to find items that are used in PvP a lot due to the fact that they have good range, etc. And so at the moment people are buying them up while they're cheap, either to use them themselves or to keep hold of them, because again, they are relatively high demand items that people will use and lose on a regular basis. And as I said, if you're going on skins in regards to the costs, etc., then these have been dropping considerably from where they were, just due to the sheer amount that people are getting. Or even the Aeon ones. Again, there's so many coming about due to the fact that obviously these are now dropping in considerable numbers and are tanking the market pretty hard in some areas, especially in the ones that aren't in high demand. So Let's have a look. Yeah, again, just masses of people selling. Although I thought it would be more, to be perfectly honest. The numbers aren't quite as high as I expected, but yeah. So some of them are holding an okayish value, but for instance, like the Gila. Let's have a look. My word, there's a lot of these skins. So yeah, the Gilas were flying at about 100 million ISK, somewhere around there, and again they've tanked down. Buy orders are now at 17, and people aren't necessarily updating their buy orders regularly in order to get hold of them, but again, yeah, they're obviously a lot down. So the amount that you're getting from your skins is obviously a lot lower than the estimated value at the moment, due to the fact that the market is tanking for them. So I suppose you could put them to one side and save them, but again, you never know if CCP will run this event next year or any time coming up. So who knows? They could be worth a decent amount in the future, or they could be again worth next to nothing, depending if this is a event that they do on a semi-regular basis or at least once a year. So for all you people that have been kind enough to stay to the end and listen to my rabble, I will give away another Astero skin. In order to be eligible for this, all you need to do is get yourself a comment. You don't have to be subscribed, although it would be much appreciated if you did subscribe. But yeah, any comment and I'll pick it 24 hours from now, pretty much. So yeah, get your comments in and we'll go from there. So I was going to go back to jitter, but it is 26 jumps and I have one ice thing left, so I think we will risk it for a biscuit and see where we end up, because I can't be bothered to do 26 jumps, and no doubt I'll end up in somewhere in a mar and it'll be something like 56 jumps to get back to jitter. So let's see how we get on. Come on, fingers crossed. Yeah, fuck you. Great. 25 jumps. So yeah, there will be another several of these skins given away over the next couple of days, weeks, etc. until the next. We'll be getting new skins every month, so again, I've got 20 skins to give away. I've given away obviously 3 so far, so there's 17 up for grabs. I'm probably going to do a good number over the New Year period, or just before New Year, or even on New Year. I haven't 100% decided yet. So yeah, watch this space, and again, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was interesting to some extent, and again, I will endeavour to make the next couple of videos a little bit more entertaining than this one. So again, this one was a bit bare bones, I'm afraid, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, work's been busy and life's busy at the moment due to the time of year, so I will try and up it to give you some more industrial stuff, etc. But again, this is the best I could do for today, unfortunately. So all the best, fly safe, and I hope to see you next time.